While the Shibuya incident has been highlighted as the darkest and most chilling arc of the series, one that plunges quickly into action, episodes 6 and 7 certainly deviate from this tone. This is because, in reality, this is just the beginning. This brief 2-episode arc is known as the pre-festive, serving as an exposition of Mahito's mindset, Geto's future plans, and a crucial revelation of information about the binding vow and celestial restrictions. So, without further ado, now that this has been clarified, why not get comfortable and analyze together everything that happened in the 7th episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 2. The recent episodes have witnessed the return of one of the main antagonists of the series, Mahito, who has fascinated fans for various reasons. Like many other antagonists, this special grade curse is the embodiment of true evil and possesses a captivating philosophy of its own. Gija Katami has masterfully written and illustrated Mahito, portraying him as the embodiment of the hatred that permeates human minds. From the beginning, Mahito's uncontrolled malice has sparked curiosity and hatred in many. His chaotic philosophy originates from the bad wishes, resentment, and corruption of humanity. Gaining unparalleled strength from negative emotions, Mahito's goal was to evoke despair. Since he was born from human hatred, his ideology would naturally be a reflection of himself. Mahito questions the foundations of morality, where sorcerers who kill thousands of curses are considered morally good, but the opposite is not perceived in the same way. According to him, the concept of morality was created by humans to justify their actions. However, he poses the question, what if those actions are to protect the ones you love the most? Would Mechamaru's decision, intending to fight Mahito and Geto after fulfilling the binding vow and aligning with Jujutsu society, be justified? Furthermore, as shown in the last episode, Kokichi wanted to convey Geto and Mahito's plans for Shibuya to Satoru Gojo. Since Geto had set up a curtain, Kokichi couldn't escape and reveal his plans. As a result, he had no choice but to engage in combat with Mahito. The events unfold, the curse needed to penetrate the robot to kill Kokichi, while Mechamaru needed to finish off Mahito's soul, as his body could regenerate over and over. So, what happened next? At a critical moment, Mahito managed to activate his domain expansion, trapping Mechamaru inside and seemingly gaining the advantage to strike his opponent. However, this turned out to be an unexpected twist, as just when Mahito was about to retreat, thinking he had won, it was revealed that Mechamaru had used a simple domain to nullify the effects of Mahito's domain expansion, thus avoiding being killed. But what exactly is this simple domain, and how does it function in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen? In Jujutsu Kaisen, the pinnacle of a sorcerer is their domain expansion, a technique that enhances the curse techniques of the user and ensures a 100% accuracy for any activated technique. One way to counter this is by creating your own domain expansion. During a clash of domains, the one with more cursed energy or the more refined one will prevail, while the other will shatter. However, most sorcerers cannot expand their domain, so they resort to a technique called simple domain to counteract this disadvantage. Initially transmitted only within the Ashiya family and forbidden to outsiders, over time, several sorcerers adopted it. The simple domain creates a small region around the user, similar to the domain expansion, cancelling out all techniques launched within its radius. Unlike domain expansion, it does not infuse the user's innate technique. It is crucial to note that, after activating a simple domain, the user's feet must remain constantly on the ground, or the technique will break. Simple domain is primarily a defensive technique, but it can also be used offensively. However, its weakness lies in its movement restriction. While active, the user cannot move their legs, or else the technique will break. Although effective against normal domain expansions, it struggles against stronger expansions, such as Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine. Despite Mechamaru's successful implementation of the simple domain, in the end, he failed to emerge victorious in his confrontation with Mahito. His battle against Mahito had a common purpose: to harm someone who is virtually immortal, a formidable task even for someone with the firepower of Kokichi. Kokichi, despite being born with severe physical disabilities, is underestimated due to the popularity of Maki and Toge. This example highlights the darker aspect of celestial restrictions, as Kokichi is a bearer of one, showcasing an astonishing ability to endure immense suffering and turn it into formidable physical prowess. However, this does not imply that his life is free of challenges, as he faces the reality of confinement, paralysis, and constant bandaging. Undoubtedly, it sounds like an extremely unfavorable deal. The fight itself is intense, although Mahito barely manages to defeat his opponent. It is evident how Kokichi longed to reunite with his friends after healing his body. As he clashed with the special grade curse and teetered on the brink of death, Kokichi did everything in his power to reconnect with everyone. The sorcerer never realized that his friends didn't care whether he had a normal body or not. It was Kokichi's own insecurity about himself that led him down a path he would regret forever. From Miwa's appearances, it is clear that Kokichi held a special place in his heart for her. The latter wanted to protect her while being in a free human body, but unfortunately, this was not what Miwa would have wanted. She liked him just the way he was. The blue-haired sorceress would never have wished for her friend to take an irreversible path. Unfortunately, Kokichi could not fulfill the promise he made to himself and succumbed to his bittersweet disappearance. Mechamaru failed in his attempt, and there was some poetic justice in that. Despite regaining his body, he never got to see his friends and classmates again, making his story one of the saddest in the series. The story takes us to October 31, 2018, when something strange appeared in Shibuya, a barrier that trapped hundreds of civilians inside. When sorcerers are called to investigate, they discover that all communication with the barrier is impossible. However, the people trapped inside plead to bring Satoru Gojo to Shibuya. Obviously, this is a trap, as those inside could not know who Gojo is. Despite this, Gojo arrives, initiating the Shibuya incident, an arc aptly named as it marks a significant change in the story. It is the first arc that shows what is at stake for all characters, whether good or bad. Balancing character development and progressively advancing the plot, the Shibuya incident embodies everything needed for a high-stakes war arc between two main factions in the story. Now, it is fair to say that dark times are ahead. What are your thoughts on this thrilling chapter? Share them in the comments. I'll soon bring the latest season of Tokyo Revengers, so subscribe and stay tuned. Also, let me know what other anime you'd like to see here. This is Prime Animes, see you in the next installment.